folk. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at the door, ready to make an entrance, so back on up.
Cause you know we're about to rip shit up.
Give me the microphone first so I can bust like a bubble.
So then I told her it's fine. I'm independently wealthy.
I try to keep a straight face on the whole thing.
It's a good story. It's such a good story.
Especially since you were cashing in savings bonds.
Classic jorts.
Alright, let's focus on the task at hand.
We're back.
The summer school kicks. I like to think...
Buster and Cragen.
Yes, Buster and Cragen. Late additions to the captain's rank.
Yep.
Buster Patterson?
Yes,
or
that Buster.
I love that Buster.
Yep. So already starting out with a good core of two captains, two solid captains. They started out the first round with the 4th overall pick. This was a little bit of a surprise. The conventional wisdom was that most teams were going to try and shore up their catcher or charger positions in the first round. Well, when they went away, they threw a curveball and they actually picked 5 o'clockers Josh Waldrop with the 1st overall or with their 4th overall pick. So, what are you guys' thoughts on that?
I consider this a pure athleticism pick. You know, just raw kickball talent. Josh is a fantastic outfielder, has great speed, great hands, agility, has the good kicks. I mean, this is like you're not going for position on this one. You're just going for a solid athlete. And when you're looking, you know, through these lists here, he's probably one of the top athletes in the first round. So I can see where they were kind of going with this pick. Somebody where maybe in later rounds they could fill in some positions, but a guy that you could put in various areas to get the job done.
Yeah, I have a feeling that they went, you know, Buster and Cragen's strategy was a little different in that I think they focused more on the offensive side of the ball than more on what position they played defensively. So you'll see as we go through their picks, I think they were really going for the best offensive player available, and Josh definitely fits that mold. If you want to talk about best offensive players in the league, man, he's in the conversation because he can do it all. He can bunt, he's fast, he can kick away, line drives, home runs, you name it. So.
All right. And then summer school kicks was right in the middle with that number 4 pick. So
always, that's always a tough position, let us say.
Yeah.
For being in the middle, you never get that advantage getting the picks close to each other. You're always waiting like all that ways down, you know, 7 teams apart.
They pick more often.
Yeah, true. But then in the second round, they went with Thomas Welch.
Juice Welch.
Yes.
The juice is on the loose.
Welch's grape juice.
Yes. Someone I know in our conversations we'd hope might slip under the radar, but did not for Buster and Cragen. Rightfully so, too. Very solid offensive player and very good at catcher. You know, I can't really argue with that.
Yeah, I'd say his primary position is an outfielder normally, but he is a good catcher, like you mentioned. He has the skills to play that, and I think with summer school kicks, again, they seem to look at it and say, who's the best offensive player available? You got to squeeze the juice right there.
A little bit.
And but I think Juice will get an opportunity to play a lot of catcher for this team, so I think it was a good pick overall.
Another person is playing on your Peninsula Pounders.
Oh yeah, man, pound some.
So you know you're getting a good person in Juice when you're drafting one of the Pounders. So you know he's going to be very serviceable for this team. I really like the pick in the second round.
Yep. Third round, they went to another 5 o'clocker. No, I'm sorry, he played with JFK. He was a former 5 o'clocker.
We know him best as a 5 o'clocker.
Yeah, most recently of JFK, former foul ball, Jason Kidd. So Mr. Kidd got taken with the 18th overall pick. Again, this is one where, you know, very skilled offensive player. I mean, they went for speed. So this is all about filthy, fast, lightning speed.
Yeah.
Filthy, dirty speed,
Filthy,
said Eleanor
dirty,
Roosevelt.
I'll tell you what, for you Madden fans out of here, this is how you draft a Madden squad. You get a bunch of players with 97 speed and just run shop. I mean, if you can't catch them, what can you do? So,
but can lightning run on ice?
This is in Jamaica.
So people can believe Jason Kidd is on a kickball team.
I mean, serviceable guy. I love Jason's intensity, man. Jason brings a lot of intensity to kickball. Man, I think it's a great pickup to kind of this is another person that's a locker room presence, especially with the connection with Josh. I mean, these two picks coming up in the first and third round, they're going to keep this team together, keep them focused, keep them energized. Can't wait to see the balls roll for...
Speaking of speed on the base pass, my teammate, Mr. Hassan Dubos, Haas Doobie, at number 25 in the 4th round. Extremely talented pitcher.
Fantastic pitcher.
You know, once again, pitchers were picked pretty far apart here.
Yeah.
But that's, you know, great one to pick up. I've seen him make some very good offensive kickball players look a little confused and maybe even silly at the plate at times.
Man, he tore up Shake and Bake when we played him, man. He really... That's an awesome pick right there. For him to be there in the 4th round,
unbelievable.
That's great value, and it's, you know, that's a no-brainer almost. But you know what? You can say a no-brainer, but 24 other teams passed on him up until, or 24 other picks came and went before he got taken. And it fits offensively too with what they're trying to do, because when you look at it, they've drafted a lot of speed in their first 3 picks, and they already got speed with Cregan. Buster's got a little bit of speed there, so they got a lot of speed already. Well, you need someone to kick those guys in. House Doobie, he's got a hell of a leg.
Yeah, it's a solid pick. I cannot believe this guy fell to the 4th. I really thought he'd be taken by the end of the 2nd round. One of my favorite pitchers to watch. Not my favorite pitcher to kick against, but you know, I even tried to do the little spin one and the other. I tried to emulate it. Can't do it. He's a man among men.
Yes, yes. So then.
5th round, the summer school kicks went with the Lojo, Lorraine Adkins, for their first female pick. And once again, all the women who went in those first 5 rounds, very talented kickball players. Same for Lorraine. You know, what we said for a lot of the other one, knows what she's doing out there, athletic, and will get the job done.
Yeah, absolutely. Solid bunter. You know, just a good, solid pick. You know, she might have flown a little bit under the radar because she took the spring off from VA Peninsula, but it's a good pickup by summer school. Mm-hmm. So let's see who else they got. Who else they got on the team here?
Got that Dave Chappell.
Yeah, he's a good player. Brandon Accordino is another solid pickup. They got him a couple rounds later.
They took a flyer on Heidi Etter. Who wasn't sure she'd be around.
She won't.
You know, I know that was passed around the draft table. Well, I'm sorry she won't be there then.
Yeah,
Kristen Polly, another good pickup. I mean, I was that later rounds. I mean, that's a pretty solid one.
She went in the 9th round.
9th round.
Yeah, that's a good pick from the 9th round.
Yeah, Amy Montero, my former Shake and Bake team member. So. Good stuff. Good
Summer school kicks rounded it out. Athletic squad.
Yeah.
You know,
a lot of speed.
I'm so glad I can say that about another team. They're very athletic.
Yeah, they plan on taking some people to school.
Oh, you said it.
Mark Harmon will be their teacher in summer school.
There it is.
I swear, if they don't watch that movie this season, well, I'm going to, so they can.
What movie is this?
Summer School.
Oh.
Starring Mark Harmon. God damn, you've led a sheltered, terrible life. I'm so sorry. You know what? When we come back, we're going to talk a little America.
First, I have to Google summer school.
I can't wait. Stick around. 5th pick. The U.S. of A. was up next.
The euro's worth more than the dollar.
Freedom's